Good morning again to all my supporters who follow me on Reddit. On March 17th, I have three topics that I want to address. One is called the net operating loss for people ask how you're going to reduce the rent, and the other one is for minimum wages, and the other one is rent control in the state of New York City, New York. Let me first start with the net operating loss. The President of the United States has already signed many bills into effect and put many bills into effect that can help such things as landlords and property owners and building owners, call it the Recovery Act. Now, in the Recovery Act, this would happen when the so-called collapse of the Wall Street market, where the president gave out $50 billion to every company in America. Now, the landlord of where you live and the property owner, just like you, they too are 61% shareholders of every bank and corporation in America who took this money. Now, the question is that where's the elected officials? Where are they? They're supposed to be doing this. Why aren't they? New York State, where are they? They are so busy getting greedy and becoming real estate moguls. It's all about real estate. They don't give a damn about what the benefits the landlord can get. So what they have done, that they have incorporated the landlord has incorporated lawyers who are racketeers to try to get you out of that apartment so they can focus on getting much money out of real estate as they can. But the money that can help them, say like New York State can sign a law to reduce rent, to reduce property taxes, and all they have to do for the next 4 years or the next 60 years or whatever, is to state to the landlord or property owner, there's no need for the people to pay $3,000 for one bedroom. All you have to do is file a NOL with the state and the federal income tax, which Christian Gillibrand and Chuck Schumer can do, to make sure that you can file a net operating loss. It's simple. Case closed. End of subject. There's nothing else to talk about. File a net operating loss. They call it a NOL, a NOL. So this will give the landlord, he will be able, but why wouldn't it be beautiful that the landlord say, well, I didn't make this and I didn't make that. You are a 61% shareholder just like your tenants. And you file a net operating loss. If you have to reduce the tenant's rent, you're going to get your money back. It's already there under the Recovery Act set forth by the President of the United States. Now, I'm so excited. Y'all got to bear with me on this. Whew. Boy, it's so good to know what I'm saying. Now, the next topic is minimum wage. I remember when they first started when the attack on the World Trade Center, a box of cornflakes was 98 cents a box. 2013, that same box of cornflakes is $5 to $6 to 49 cents. Same box of cornflakes. Now, what I'm saying to you is that we've raised minimum wage a couple of times. New York State just raised the minimum wage last year, say for example, and they just raised the subways. Every year, rent go up. Every year, prices increase. The cost of living go up. They are raising rent every year. Rent has gone up every year. Property tax has went up every year since the attack on the World Trade Center. If you can still stay with me to see the problem. And as I keep talking, you will hear where the problem is. Why do they keep raising everything? The solution is stop raising everything. Because the minimum wage increase that some will get will not be a raise at all. Because as they raise your minimum wage, everything else will go up outside you. You're going to need a raise again. We need people to run this country that has some sense. And this is why we're here. And we ask you to give us your support at rented2damnhigh.org between March 11th and April 11th and leave $1 or $10 donation so that we can get our message all throughout the country. Now, the next question I'd like to answer is rent control. Rent control, rent stabilize, those is all a part of what I just finished speaking about. It's all about landlord control now. Landlords are controlling the tenants. Like you live in a building, you become a prisoner of that building. There's no such thing anymore as New York State law on rent control, because those who are helping the landlord and those who are helping the property owner are the judges in the housing court and the judges in the Supreme Court, because they're allowed to, all the data they get from you as a tenant, it is being sold to government agencies to help them screen out troublesome tenants. They also put if you don't pay your rent, all that information can go in a credit check. and we are and a part of your credit score. So rent control, landlord's control, that includes your city council from the lower level, your state assembly, your city council, all your assembly people, and of course your entire state legislative body, your governor, and your mayor, and everyone you can name who is an elected official. And the judges go and support them, because, especially the attorneys, because the judges rely on the campaign contributions from the attorneys that represent the landlord to get reelected. I don't know what else to say. This is why I got in it. This is why I'm here to clean up this mess. I need your help. I'm one man. You should have been told this. I'm not an elected official. The elected officials can't tell you, because they will not cut off the hands that feed them. And you just finished voting. You're voting for the same people who come to you every election year and lie to you. They're going to do this, and then they're lying to you just to get your vote. They're punking you. You've been punked. I need your help. I need your help. I need your help, and I need to have the resources to get around. I appreciate y'all giving me support for seeing the skits on Saturday Night Live and other small programs, but that's not enough. This is serious. 2013 is an election year, and I want to have the Rent Too Damn High party in every city, town, and county in America. If you live in Wisconsin, you live in Seattle, you live in Missouri, you live in Iowa, you live in Florida, you live in Tallahassee, you live in Maine, form a Rent Too Damn High party in 2013, and we'll help you get the petitions, fill the petitions out, so you can start circulating and get this party on the ballot within your state. You have to do it, because the Democrat, Republican Party, and all the conservative and liberals, they fail. Rent control, rent stabilized has been a total failure, because they all are involved in this corrupt process, and I'm here to shut it down. Thank you once again. I tried to cover the subjects of net operating loss, minimum wage, and rent control, and there's so many more. And as I speak, my conversation involved money, of you being a shareholder that the government has not been transparent with you about. That's what my conversation is based about, money. Over $280 trillion, what I'm talking about. And it's your money. We're not in a deficit. We're not in a fiscal cliff. We're not in a sequester. America is in a $15 trillion plus surplus. More than that. But no one can find it. But we know where it is. Anyway, thank you for watching. Today is March 17th. I'm on Reddit, so I'm going to go back to Reddit and try to answer some more of your questions. And thank you for joining us on Reddit.